What is up, Halo fans? I just want to make this video. It's going to be a little long. I'm going to try to keep it in 10 minutes. Probably impossible, but I'm going to try to explain this statue a little bit more in detail. And don't forget to like, follow, share, and donate. And I do sell everything you see, so it's all for sale at some point. Even that stuff in the back. Those are actually brand new. They're almost done. They're going to be going for sale. That statue is like $800 or $900 for the both of them, but they're not finished painting and all that other stuff. They're amazing, and it does come with the Halo 3 AR. It's so nice. Anyway, back to this. So why are you seeing all this stuff now? Because I actually made this statue a long time ago, and it was a bunch of different colors, and then it was chrome, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna spray that. I love this. Was just a vision. I'm like, he's gonna look amazing. He's gonna be the Covenant Chief. And I had done this paint job over on an Elite that's actually up on my shelf. That's got like the coolest paint job ever, and that's where this one came from. It really makes a really great look when you do the chrome underneath, and then anyway, that's technical stuff. So that's how this basic idea came about, and then I was really ambitious, and I don't use I'm not a modeler. I don't use Blender, but I went in there and I made a point. I made the effort to cut out and then repair. It was just I probably spent a week working on it because I don't know how to use it properly. But thankfully, the computer programs are a little smarter than I am, so they kind of helped me. It wasn't just Blender, it was other stuff. So anyway, got it done. There's a look at how it looks, if anybody's wondering. You know, the hands aren't perfectly perfect on there. They're pretty good, but probably somebody can spot there's a little error in there. But you know what? They're on the inside. You know, they look pretty good. They're pretty accurate. I can't get this model to pose it in the weapons because the company that makes this model doesn't just give out their stuff, which is totally understandable. I tried because I wanted to make different poses, but and then this was actually he's not going to be holding them. I mean, unless someone says, "Hey, I want to buy that from you." He looks weird. Every time I film my phone, they look weird, and their proportion looks weird. The reason why the legs are silver is because there was an accident when I was printing this model, and I accidentally printed the wrong legs and the wrong everything. And they're so close, and I didn't realize I put the wrong file down. So that's how this guy came around. I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna print the legs, and I did it way after. That's why they're silver, which would be the color underneath all of them. Anyway, so back to this. How did I do it? Well, let's start with the needler. The needler was a heavily modified file to put it in his hand. They're printed out of clear resin, and then they are hand prime painted with primer because I made the sidearm needler, see it right there, and I ended up taping off the entire top, and it was a waste of time for barely any better result. So I decided to do it by hand, and it was a lot of, trust me, getting in there with a paintbrush to do all this stuff is a lot of work. So I will show the needler on the other side, but so it's clear, then it's primed, then it's not, the needles aren't, and then that's the only thing that's not primed, and then it's painted, and then the needles are painted repeatedly with very, very watered down hot pink acrylic paint. It didn't just happen by luck, it happened by testing. I tested it, and finally got it to look the way I wanted, which is what you see. They're clear. They do have a little dark spots on them, but I would rather that than them be perfect because then they don't look authentic. Honestly, they don't. I really think that I try to get my work to be more look like they actually were in battle, and that's exactly what would happen if you're running around in the dirt, mud, forest, whatever. Nothing's gonna be clean, so it's perfect. And then here's the handle I decided to put on there so I painted it to match, and it is attached by an aluminum rod. Now I will tell you right now that that has to go on before the gun, or good luck, because they're basically touching. I'm thinking in the future I'm gonna make the handle a little bit smaller, not because it should be, but because it's just better that it's not touching the needler. It's just maybe touching it, so it won't be much of a difference. And I even had to go in the blender and fix that handle because it actually had a blade on it. So, because I like the handle. So let's look around. Let's look at him real quick. His mask is color changer. I did not want to use the regular burnt sun that I use. I did battle damage his number a little bit there with the paint. But I like to just show up close the work that I do. Who doesn't love this music? And I only weathered his bottom of his boots. I'm very subjective, or I don't know what you want to call it. I'm dumb. I didn't weather him completely. I just wanted to keep that paint looking as beautiful as it is. And so there's no way I'm throwing. I don't know. I did that. I left it like supposed to be like a laser hit, I guess, but I totally didn't wipe that bottom part off. I still can. It just looks like a drop. You gotta be careful when you're weathering. Do it for a purpose. But there's his helmet. Now let me turn him around and get a little view of the back and the side. Let's go. Let's go, fool. I'm running out of time, so just gonna look. That shit is so nice. Sorry. Like, when sometimes I don't get to look at my work, and I never get a chance to sit down and look at it. I just don't. It sounds like, how is that possible? You're working on it, but there's so many things going on that I just do it, and then I have to move on to the next thing, and I don't get a moment. When I do the reviews is when I get a chance to look at the work that I do. It's not the best, but it's pretty cool. I couldn't, I wish I could do, oh yeah, I love the way the back of the helmet came out. It's very cool. You know, back in the day, I used to be more simple when I was doing these in the back, especially. Now I've upped my game and make them a little more fancy. But, so, it's a little look. I'm sorry I'm so zoomed in. I just wanted to give a close look at my work so you can maybe appreciate it a little. But there's the gun. Get a look at it, at all the detail on it. Whoever modeled it did a great job. But it's not me. Alright, let's turn him one more time like this. Keep him away from the other chief. And that's how he looks from the back. I love the music. And I also love to see the wear that I added to the metal. You know, he is fighting, so. And then I did some wear on the guns. You can see right there and right there. Some on his back of his arm. You know, I try to make him look like, you know, like he was hitting people. You know how when you hit with the needler, it's usually the bottom of it, so. The little scuffs on the paint. On the back of his arm. Some soot there from his nuclear reactors, I suppose. And again, the back of his helmet is fucking badass. And I was looking at it before from down here, and it was like, man, that shit is fucking. I mean, I think I'm gonna take a photo right there tomorrow, and I have a light box. It's in my kitchen for now. Maybe I'll try to get some photos and make a poster or something. That shit would look so badass as like a promotion. Can you imagine I made a fake promo and people like, oh my God, the Chief's he's on the Covenant side. There would be people that would believe it, but they would know it's not a real digital photo. I mean, maybe you can't tell. I don't know. I'm just saying that's a pretty badass looking photo. So, but all right, let me turn him back around. So I hope you enjoyed looking at this stuff and learning a little more and getting a close look at him. I know the video got a lot of attention, but it's very short and not a lot of people want to spend the time watching me go over something. They've, attention spans are small, and it's nothing big. I look through stuff too, so I just wanted to show people who want to sit here and watch the video and spend time with me, listening to me talk about what I did, or why I did, or look at the detail of it and appreciate this kind of stuff. I appreciate you, But I watch other painters, so. But anyhow, so that's how he looked. And then there's his little clone. Shut up. So there's Kat checking him out. She looks awesome too. I did her a while ago. I actually posed her. I got a file and I was able to make this pose. Got away, punk. Nobody's ever seen her. I did that pose. And I put the guns on her. I gave her the sidearm. And then if you've never seen her, you should go check out the no, this is not even about her, but still. If you haven't seen her, she's worth checking out as well. She's very small in scale to these guys. Whoa. But she's badass. I painted the gun to match her. Gave her little matching grenades. She came out really good. I don't prefer these low poly models, but it's all I could find, and it was worth it. I like her. A lot of people do. I did the best I could. So she's like, get him. So, all right, don't forget to like, follow, share, and remember that I sell everything. Like, that's brand new. It'll be for sale soon. I got to weather and finish a couple little pieces of paint. This one, have you seen the video, is being shipped next week. It's sold. So, it was already going to be sold to the same person. I was just waiting. So, they'll have that nice statue. And, so anything you see, I sell. Or I can make if so just let me know. I have a little bit of rules about down payments, things like that. But besides that, I'm pretty cool. I think to everybody but my kids. So, all right. Again, don't forget to like, follow, share, and donate. And I will go buy some paint because I need some. And I appreciate you all. And I love the compliments. Thank you so much. I do this because I love it. And if you're excited to see something like this, just imagine how excited I am to come up with this. And, I was excited. Trust me, I was very excited. That's like the best angle right there. He's like, bitch, you just throw something? You just shot me with something, motherfucker? I'll fuck you up. That's what he looks like. He's like, what, bitch? So, all right, man. Peace.